Hey everyone, and welcome back to Throttle Adventures channel. My name is Omo Karaoke.
And I'm Dos Karaoke.
And in today's video, we are talking about shipping the motorcycles. You've already seen the first video where we took you through the preparation we did for shipping. And if you haven't seen that video, the link is up somewhere here. So welcome to this video where we talk about the shipping and how we ended up getting our bikes shipped.
We got a couple of questions from the previous video and we wanted to address them on this video. The first question was the experience of searching for shipper in Nicaragua.
So this is the container that we're taking. We are finally loading the bikes today. Date and time stamp. Today is 8th July 2020 and the time now is 9:10 or 10 minutes past 9.
Most of the shipping that happens in Nicaragua is them shipping to Nicaragua and not shipping out of Nicaragua. So we had a very big challenge, especially looking for shippers. Our experience was pretty interesting. During the 3 months we were in Nicaragua, we talked to a couple of shippers. One shipper almost had us writing power of attorney of the motorbikes to him, and that was a bit scary. And I think everything just fell into place. After that, we talked to a couple of people on a Facebook group called Experts in Nicaragua, and from there we got a couple of contacts. So I contacted like so many guys, and we ended up having the current shipper. We've worried about your bike. And it has been really effective, so we are pretty much happy of the experience we've had.
And one of the biggest challenge was they don't ship out motor vehicles, and therefore the system they have and the customs setup did not accommodate our type of shipping. So one of the things that the system would ask us for was a tax number showing that we paid custom tax. They would also expect us to show a way bill showing how a way bill or bill of landing showing how the vehicle was imported into the country. They also wanted us to show an invoice for the purchase of that particular vehicle, which the case is very different.
We didn't have any of that.
Exactly, and that is how the customs is set because of the nature of exports and imports that they do in these countries. As a traveler with an independent motor vehicle, you come in, you get to the border, you're given a temporary import permit, you don't have to show bill of landing, you don't have to get an invoice, you don't have to pay any tax. But when you're shipping out through the customs at the port, the system is designed in a way that does not include that particular independent vehicle that came here with a traveler. Good job.
One bike now.
Yeah, and then those can answer the next question that we got from you viewers.
It was a question that was put out so many times, and the question was why did we choose to get a whole 20-foot container for the two motorcycles and not consolidate it or Roro? The big reason why we got a container is because there is not much traffic that's leaving Nicaragua. If we had gone down to Panama, then we would have consolidated, and it would have been way cheaper for us to actually ship the bikes to Kenya, because you just crate them, then push them and share a container with other people. So getting a container, I think, was the best bet for us to get our bikes very fast and immediately. Because consolidation, you have to wait for the agent to actually fill up the container. And there are no Roro services in Nicaragua, so that was out of the question.
Both bikes are in the container, and we're just going to put the pallets now and put the bikes on the pallets inside the container, and then put the panniers with everything else that is going in there and seal it. It's much more that went into planning this trip back home, especially for shipping the motorcycle. There's so much that we're not putting out here in this video. We will give you a more full, more detailed video covering everything.
Yes.
We just felt that there were those questions that came, especially when we shared our Insta stories on how we were getting the bikes into the container, and those questions came so fast, and we thought there were so many people who were concerned and wanted to know why these things happened the way they happened, and we felt we can't keep them waiting until we are able to do a full documentary on planning the return journey back home. The other challenge that we want to mention is time. Time was of essence. So you all know the entire world has been on lockdown. Kenya airspace was locked down for 3 months, from March 24th until now August 1st. And of course, we were relying on the possibility that the airspace is going to open. We had a challenge that if we had sent, let's say for example, we had gotten a shipper early in March, those bikes would have arrived in Mombasa before we are there.
Yeah.
So we kept weighing the timing, so that when they leave the country, we are also able to leave the country and get home before the bikes are there. And so when the airspace started opening, we had to actually work so fast. We didn't have time to wait, to wait for consolidation, for example, because we don't know when business is going to pick up in this country. And as we all know, the corona data is taking us on a, high rides, low rides, high rides, low rides. So we are not even sure that now that the world is opening up, it's gonna last opened up. We are happy we haven't had to leave them behind like so many other travelers who could not take their bikes home when they left. So we are very lucky to be able to live with our bikes. And it's going to be 3 months before we see them again.
That's my baby.
And just like that, the motorcycles have been parked and soon to be on the way to Kenya. So we hope you enjoy the packing and the explanations in between this video, and we hope you like it. Thank you so much, by the way, for the subscriptions. Our numbers are growing and we are so happy. We are so grateful to you. Thank you so much. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed and you come this far, please do so. The red button and the bell right next to it. And until the next video, it is
Goodbye.
bye for now. Yes.